Okay, welcome back to a Spire channel where it's time to play the Defect. I've had some time to reflect on the previous videos we did, and so I think one thing I need to improve on is to kind of keep things straight to the point. You know, we don't want our videos to be long because we're talking about extraneous things. Like if they're long, it needs to be because we're making insightful gameplay observations or providing interesting or useful context about the old Slay the Spire, right? Or some stuff like that, and not just talking about random stuff. So, I guess in terms of in the spirit of things, let's just get right down to it, right? We're in familiar territory with the Defect, although unlike in the original Slay the Spire, the standard, procedure or meta, right, is not going to be the boss swap in Slay the Spire 2 because we can't boss swap, right? There is no boss swap in Slay the Spire 2. So let's see what we can do instead. Okay, there's Now's Fury. I wasn't too impressed with that in my Regent run, but maybe we could give that another try in case we just had a bad read on that. We could add one or two colorless cards to our deck. Okay, well, that might be worth considering. Or we could transform one strike and defend and lose max 10 HP. So one of the things that was different in the original Slay the Spire was that, well, you didn't lose nearly this much HP, right, when you were taking the max HP loss for your initial Niao bonus. So those tended to be the strongest of the disadvantages in terms of the trade-offs, right, in the original Slay the Spire, because max HP, you don't really need that at the start, so, that kind of can help you get a very powerful bonus, right, for the advantage, and then, the trade-off wasn't so bad. But so I guess maybe they decided to increase the amount of max HP you lose just to kind of balance things out. So because 10 is quite a bit, right, compared to the amount that you were losing before. I mean, and the effect is potentially very powerful too. You're transforming two cards, getting potentially better cards. But for now, we're kind of a noob, right? So we're afraid of seeing disadvantages like that. So maybe we kind of do some more vanilla thing to start with, and then we'll pick one or two colorless cards and see if we can get something good that might be useful. Rolling Boulder, this card doesn't seem that good because it takes so long to do a lot of damage, right? You're doing 5 damage turn 1 and then 10 damage turn 2. But maybe. What about this? Panache, every time you play 5 cards in a single turn, deal 10 damage to all enemies. Okay, so that might have some... if Defect is like the old Slay the Spire where you could get a lot of zero-cost cards, and a lot of card draw, that kind of sort of thing, maybe this could be good. Although, maybe we could try the Rolling Boulder just because it looks fun, right? Even though it doesn't seem that great, but, Well, let's pick this just for fun, right? Let's see. Maybe we're wrong. Maybe it's not actually as bad as we think it looks. Okay, so we got our Rolling Boulder, right? What does it do if we upgrade it? Okay, it starts doing more damage, so basically you get 1 extra stack earlier. Okay, so we probably want to go to the camp and then, go to the elite, right? And then we can either go to the shop or get, 2 elites, depending on how we feel things are going. Hopefully we don't lose too much to the, first... Oh, yeah, we probably don't want to... Of course, we don't know for sure that it's like the old Slay the Spire the original Slay the Spire where events tended to be weaker than, combats, right? Because the card rewards and versus what happens in events. But, maybe it is the case, right? That is still the case in Slay the Spire too. So that's kind of just our starting assumption, right? That, we want to get the card rewards more than the events on average. But which may or may not be borne out, but we'll have to get more experience with this game before we, can know that for sure. Okay, we've got our corpse logs. Okay, Rolling Boulder. Well, let's see, this is a problem, right? If we play the Rolling Boulder, we'll take 8 right off the bat, so we probably don't want to do that. Yeah, that's the problem with, powers that take a lot of energy to set up. So far, we're not very impressed with the Rolling Boulder, which is within our expectations, right? And then, we want to stun one of the, well, we can stun the higher health one, I guess, and then so we have a good chance of killing the lower health one the next turn if we draw even 1 strike. Yep, so now we got Gunk Up, 4 damage 3 times out of slimed in your discard pile. So that's similar to one of the cards in the Slay the Spire Downfall mod for the original Slay the Spire. It's kind of that sort of similarity, I guess. Do 5 damage twice, play a random attack from your draw pile. Okay, well, that could be... That doesn't seem very reliable, but maybe it could be good on average if you get high-cost attack cards in your draw pile. What attack? Right now we only have strikes, right? So that's not good. So maybe we take the gunk or cool-headed. Yeah, a frost orb. Yeah, that's probably good. We probably want to start filling up our frost orbs or our orb slots. Just getting stuff that we can put in our orb slots to start with. Yeah, that's always. Okay, so we're done here. And then, oh, okay, so our starting rock's the same as the original Slay the Spire. Okay, we've got the Toad Pulse with the temporary thorns. Yeah, for those of you who are joining us for the first time here, the thorns that these Toad Pulse buff is temporary. It will disappear at the start of the next turn if you don't manage to, you know. Although in our case, well, we're... Oh, shoot. I'm taking the thorns damage for no reason. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. That was a mistake. Okay, so when we play a power, gain energy, deal 10 damage, reduce the card to 0. Okay, let's take another Frost Orb, I guess. Cold Snap. Okay, Sea Punk. Oh, this is the problem with Rolling Boulder again. You know, if we're trying to save health, then although this is only 2 health. Okay, so here we do this, and then Cold Snap. We can full block, strike. We got a triple block potion. Channel X Lightning, draw 3 cards, Momentum Strike. Well, let's take the Momentum Strike, see how that works. It's probably not going to be good later in the game, but for right now, you know, maybe that might be good. We do want to solve the problems we're having now and not later. So do we want to upgrade 2 random cards or remove one of our cards from our deck? Well, if we remove a strike, are we going to have damage problems on the elite, or... If we upgrade 2 random cards, though, we might just upgrade our basic cards. You know, but yeah, maybe we just feel lucky and hopefully we get some good upgrades. Okay, Cold Snap and a Strike. That's not that great, but okay. Well, yeah, the damage will be nice to have for this elite, probably. So let's, well, since we're playing the... Right now, we kind of don't have much energy to play the cards, right? So making the Zap 0 cost, that'll help us, you know, increase our average throughput. Okay, Book of 5 Rings. For every 5 cards we add to our deck, heal 15 HP. So I guess that'll trigger every 5 cards. Okay. Yeah, so it's not 3 per card. It's like when you add the 5th card, you'll heal 15 probably. Here, okay, we've got our AoE fight. So now this is kind of where we would like to have the Rolling Boulder, maybe, right? But okay, so we're facing a lot of damage right off the bat, but we probably do want to do Cold Snap, right, and just take a little bit of damage to start with. Maybe we try to deal damage to the one that's buffing the strength first. I think that is what they buff, right? Yeah. Oh yeah, it buffs the strength. Okay. So let's see. We're going to take even more damage, but we can try to start whittling these down. This is a... So now, do we want to play a Rolling Boulder? And then we take 19... a lot of damage right off the bat? Or do we just want to... See, maybe even now, in what should be a kind of a great use for Rolling Boulder is still kind of leaving us open, although if we don't play that, we still only have a defend, right? And this is kind of annoying in that, although we could kill it this turn through the block if we play 2 attacks, right? And then we could take less damage as opposed to taking Rolling Boulder, or we could evoke the Zap and hope it hits. So yeah, maybe we try that first. Okay, we did get that, so we can evoke. See, even in what should be an ideal situation for Rolling Boulder, we're not even sure we want to play it, right? Because yeah, we're wanting to conserve our hit points as much as possible. Okay, so now we probably want to... Well, do we want to evoke our orb, replace the orb, play a strike? Maybe... Well, we can evoke the orb and then see what we get from our card draw. And then, okay. Well, do we want to just full block? Just have the orb hopefully hit this one. Maybe we should have played the strike so that way we could, you know, be more assured of being able to kill it the next turn. Oh no, we got the momentum strike, okay, or the regular strike, that'll work. So I guess we play our strike, momentum strike, block, yep. And then, okay, so let's evoke the lightning orb, see if we can hit this. Yes, we did manage to hit it, so we can kill it this turn, or next turn. You know, the priority here is probably to block this damage first. But yeah, we might as well get rid of this. Okay, it's not too bad. We did lose some hit points, and once again, you know, we don't want to play the rolling boulder. It's not really doing anything for us here, right? Want to conserve our hit points. So if we cycle the orb, we can evoke the lightning orb and just finish it this turn because it doesn't get the skittish block from orb, you know, from orb hits. So now we have our parrying shield. If we end the turn at least 10 block, you'll 6 to a random enemy. Add a card to a deck. Oh, Ice Lance. This is different. It's another 3-cost card. Well, it channels 3 Frost Orbs though. Deals 19 damage. So it's kind of like a more offensive version of Glacier from the original Slay the Spire. Do we want to try this? This is another kind of slow card, but at least it kind of channels Frost Orbs to at least it doesn't completely not, you know, help us block. And maybe if we get some focus later, the Frost Orbs can actually, you know, do some decent amount of blocking, right? So here in the camp, well, I don't know how, you know, do we want to try to go for the 2 elites? And then if we want to do that, maybe we, do we want to upgrade a card here and then rest at this rest site? Or do we just want to go for 1 elite? Well, let's try going for 2 more elites, and then we do our upgrade. And Rolling Boulder we haven't been impressed with, right? So maybe we just upgrade our Ice Lance. Or we can upgrade Ghoul to cast to, yeah, let's try upgrading the Ice Lance to, yeah, try this out. Okay, we will never use a potion, gain strength this turn. Okay, so that we can use the Fortifier as kind of a temporary strength buff too. Okay, and this Gremlin Merc is the one that splits into 2 gremlins when you finish it off, and then it will have the one that will try to escape with the gold. That, you know. So do we want to do Rolling Boulder to set up for that and take the 14 right off the bat, or just to make sure, or do we just want to try to prioritize saving our hit points? Well, taking 14. So if we played this, we could prevent 7 damage and then potentially block and, you know, draw into another defend to prevent that too, right? But maybe we'll play the Rolling Boulder just to make sure we can have it scaled up for when it splits. But yeah, we took a lot of damage. Ouch. So now even if we heal here, we're going to have to go to 2 elites, you know, with maybe not too much health, but okay. So now we want to play the Ice Lance first so that we can play Zap after to evoke one of the Ice Orbs, right? And then at least block some of this 12 damage. Oh, is this going to die if we do 24 evoke for 8? So that'll be 32. No, so it's not going to die this turn. Let's try that. But we do prevent most of the damage. So now the Rolling Boulder is starting to do work for us, and we basically, you know, finish the fight. But yeah, we did pay in terms of our hit points while setting it up. But it did manage to kill the gremlins that when it split. Here Sunder. That's always been a good early card, right? In the old Slay the Spire, especially if you can get it upgraded to do 32 damage. So we have a very, yeah, but for right now we probably need to heal, otherwise we're probably dead to, you know, the second elite. So yeah, let's do this. What's our second elite? A Skulking Colony. Cannot lose more than 20 HP each turn. Okay. So now, unfortunately, we're taking more damage. try to. Oh, and it gives us dazed debuff cards. Here's another situation where we don't really like our rolling boulder. Just try to block as much as we can. Okay, well, we have a free turn to attack now, right? But we probably don't want to evoke the lightning orb because it can only take 20 damage each turn anyways, right? So maybe we just keep the lightning orb. 15. Okay, so now can we block 18? We can evoke 2 of the frost orbs at least and block 8, right? Yeah. Okay, so next turn, hopefully we can finish this. Yep. So we've got our liquid bronze, happy flower. Then I guess upgrading Sunder wouldn't have helped much on that fight anyways, if unless because it can only take 20 damage per turn, although you can hit it with Sunder through its block and maybe that would help sometimes, but okay. Add a card. Do we want to get another frost orb? So we already have a cool-headed, a cold snap, and an ice lance, right? So maybe I'm not sure if we need this. We probably need to start getting block, right? Add a this boost away adds a daze to the discard pile, but it is some block. I don't know. Maybe we're not that desperate for block yet. Or when you evoke lightning, deal 6 damage to each enemy hit. That's probably a bit slow, right? So maybe we skip. Let's see what we have in the shop. When you have no potions, you have an additional 2 dexterity. Start combat with additional energy. If you end a turn without blocking, 6 block. Machine learning. Chaos. Tesla coil. Rocket punch. Deal 13 damage. Draw 1 card. So this is if when the enemy gives you a status, it becomes free this turn, or is it when you create the status? Yeah, I guess it was meant to combo with the card that like you gain block, create the status, and then you can play this. Oh, interesting. So there's some benefit to playing status cards. Okay, but maybe for now, do we want to remove a strike? Just to help our deck against the next elite. Maybe we want to play the lantern to start with additional energy. Yeah, sure. Let's do that. I don't know if this is if we need to be that scared of the elite, but let's not take any chances, right? Should we get the regen potion? We can also get the regen potion. Okay, well, let's play it very safe, I guess. What is the elite? Oh, it's the terror eel, the one that gets stunned when it gets reduced to 70 hit points. Okay, so maybe we play the regen potion. Should we get the momentum strike set up, or do we want to channel a frost orb just to be able to block a little bit more? Or we can get this set up though. So this would be 5 block, I guess. And then if we evoke the ice lance. We have maybe we just want to start the momentum strike going. Yeah, let's do that. Now we'll take some damage. Oh, maybe we want to play the rolling boulder just to get it going. Yeah. Or do we want to Sunder and stun it this turn? Well, because right now we're not taking any damage, right? So maybe we should be okay. Yeah, we have the boulder going. Uh-oh. See, maybe we shouldn't have done that, right? Because now we're going to take a lot of damage because we played the boulder. Well, we can evoke orb and then... No, we can block, I guess. Yeah. Guess we're okay. So now the boulder will be stacked up a lot more when the thing is stunned, and then we'll have a good chance of maybe killing it the next turn. So the boulder is starting to do work, even though it does take a lot to set up. Okay, we've got an anchor. Oh, we always like seeing this. Starting each combat with 10 block, it'll let us give us more time to set up stuff like Ice Lance and Rolling Boulder, right? Add a card to our deck. All for one. Right now we don't really have any zero cost besides Zap, right? And the zero cost stuff was, I think it was generally considered a bit weaker in the original Slay the Spire, so maybe we don't want to take that. Should we take double energy to help us play our high cost cards better? Yeah, maybe we do, right? At the end of the turn, if you have Frost, deal 6 damage to all enemies. We do have a lot of Frost, so yeah, maybe that could be a little consistent damage, but let's take double energy. Now we've got our Lagavulin Matriarch, so we probably want to rest. The Lagavulin Matriarch gives you 3 turns to set up, so maybe we could play stuff like Rolling Boulder, right? And we probably should have checked the boss at the beginning of the act and not waited until now, but okay. Too late now. So now, because of it sleeps for 3 turns, we do get to set up a Rolling Boulder at least, right? Maybe we should have played the double energy, but we could have. Oh, maybe we don't want to Iceland, so we give the Rolling Boulder more time to set up, so we don't want to hit it too hard so that it wakes up. Okay, yeah, we're good. And then now we've got another turn where Rolling Boulder won't wake up the. Yeah. Oh well, so this is at the start of your turn, so it doesn't even deal 5 damage the turn you play. It's like the next turn after you play, and then 10 damage the turn. So this is even slower than we thought. But yeah, let's give it another turn to kind of set up, and then now this is a turn it wakes up anyways. Right? So at least when it wakes up, the Rolling Boulder will start by doing 15. Right? So we'll do our Zap. Should we Sunder? Yeah. Get some damage on the boss. So now it starts hitting us for 19. So maybe we play the Ice Lance here. Then should we play the cool, or maybe we just get this set up so that it starts costing 0. Then we are playing on the lowest difficulty level, so once the Rolling Boulder and the rest of the stuff finish killing off the boss, we'll get a full heal at the start of the next act. Okay, so we just wait for. Now the Rolling Boulder actually is doing significant damage now. I don't know if the Rolling Boulder thing would be as viable on higher difficulties too, when maybe you don't get so much time to set up. But here it seems to be working okay. Okay, so do we want to get rid of the Fortifier, Liquid Bronze, and the Dexterity Potion? Maybe we get rid of the Fortifier. Oh, Creative AI. So more slow scaling. Adaptive Strike, deal 18, add a 0 cost copy into your discard pile. Rainbow, channel some orbs. Well, I'm not sure which one of these, because we're already pretty slow, aren't we? Maybe we just creative AI for later, or do we just want to skip? Or this is a lot of damage, and then it'll cycle around to have more damage. It's cost effective. Or do we get the Rainbow for Lightning Frost Dark? Maybe we play the creative AI, but now we probably need to get a lot of more front-loaded block cards to help us set up all this really slow stuff that we're taking, right? So what do we? So maybe we go for this. Well, let's see what our bonus is first. The boss is a Knowledge Demon. If you end turn with unspent energy, gain more energy next turn. Enchant a card with clone. Is there anything we want to clone a bunch? Double spot gain from a card in the go. Okay, so this thing might be good, especially if we can get a better block card in our deck, right? And so maybe, hopefully, we can start seeing some upgraded block cards to help set up our slow powers, right? That take a while to do something. So here, maybe we want to. Do we want to take too many fights before this elite? I guess we can heal afterwards, right? Or, well, maybe let's mix it up, take an event. I don't know if we want to take that many fights, right? But right now we can, I guess we set up our power. So it does help that we have this energy support, right? So that at least helps us get going pretty fast. At least on turn 1 when we had the lantern, right? Wait. Oh yeah, I got this from the creative AI, right? So yeah, we can take that, and then we'll do 6 damage as long as we don't evoke our last lightning orb, right? Although if we evoke it, we can also get the double 6 damage now, right? And just do that. So that might not be the worst idea also. Or do we just want to leave the orb and just do this way? Okay. Now we probably want to... Channel 1 glass at the start of turn. What does that do? Deal damage to all enemies, decreases damage every turn. Huh. Channeling an orb puts it in your first empty slot. Yeah, well, we know that. Okay, so it deals damage to all enemies. So it's like a lightning orb. I'm guessing it's probably weaker than the lightning orb, right? If it deals damage to all enemies. So maybe we want to play the ice lance here and then, evoke some ice orbs so we can block a bit. Yeah. Oh, yeah, we had our power that can deal damage when lightning orbs are evoked, so we did manage to do enough damage. And the good thing about Defect is that the orb damage doesn't, get halved, right, by the fly buff from that card thief. Ball lightning rod. Oh, okay, we do need a block card, right? So let's do this. This seems pretty good for us. Yeah, it's upgraded. What is our event? Add decay to your deck, obtain the Lost Wisp. The Lost Wisp, whenever you play a power, deal 8 damage to all enemies. Well, that might be good with our creative AI, right, for those longer fights, but I don't know if we really want to decay in our deck also. Gain gold. Yeah, we can just gain some gold. Sure. That seems to be a while before we'd be able to remove the decay from a shop. Okay, the Tunneler. So this is another... This is the enemy that gains block eventually, starts gaining block, and then it becomes stunned once you remove the block. Okay, so it does give us a turn where we can set up our creative AI. And a momentum strike. Okay. Oh, it's hitting us for 23, right? And okay, so but if we hit it with the Ice Lance or the Sunder, right, the orbs will deal the rest of the damage, so we will be able to stun this Tunneler so that we don't take this damage, right? So should we... Let's do it this way so we can evoke the lightning orbs and do a lot of damage. Hopefully we can kill it this turn. Yeah, with the lightning orb, right? Good. Okay, front-loaded block. That's exactly what we were looking for. Although capacitor would also be good considering the orbs, right? But I think with the rolling boulder, the Pale's Legion creative AI, right? I think we do want to take the upgraded leap, right? Just yeah, that does help. Yeah, help us block. So do we want to take another event or do another fight? Let's do another fight. Okay, so well, thanks to our anchor, we don't take this 4, right? We can start setting this up. And this fight, the mites was this the one where they alternate between attacking and giving you status cards, or was that a different one? Well, we'll find out. This is buffing. What is it buffing? Well, go for the one that's buffing first. I'm not sure if I remember right. Oh, this is... They put toxic in your hand, and then... Okay. So maybe we want to... this is going to hurt a bit. At the start of our turn, we can channel 1 glass, so we can see how much damage each glass orb actually does. Oh, we can use our double block from the Pale's Legion to, to block this. I'll get rid of one of the toxic cards. Do we get rid of the other toxic card, or do we play the wind up strike or strike? Or... Well, maybe let's just try not take a lot of damage. Okay. So this isn't the fight where they alternate. They always alternate between doing the status and attacking. So this turn I'm not getting status cards in my deck. So the glass orb. Oh wow. Okay, so it does start out stronger than a lightning orb, and then it does reduces its value by 1. So glass orbs seem pretty strong then, yeah. But maybe the reason they do more damage to start with and hit all enemies is, maybe they're harder to generate than the lightning orbs. So right now, I guess I can play the double energy. Maybe I want to Ice Lance, just to evoke these orbs and then get their damage through. And I'm going to be taking some damage if I don't play. Let's prevent as much damage as we can, I guess. Okay. So do we want to have delayed lightning orb generation? Maybe we do. Right? Although this would use up our double block. But maybe we want to do it anyways. At least we do still have the the spinner, the lightning rod. Yeah, so we have a lot of passive damage going through. Yeah. Okay, we did take some damage from that fight, but okay. Oh, so this is kind of like the frost version of the lightning one. At the end of your turn, if you have frost, deal 6 damage to all enemies. Okay. Do we want to take this, or maybe not, right? Compile driver that'll help a card draw, or do we want hologram to be able to get a card from our discard pile? Well, right, maybe we take the hologram, or do we take the hailstorm? Maybe we can. Maybe we take the hailstorm just to try it out. I don't know. Okay, let's upgrade. Can make the creative AI. Well, maybe we're gonna upgrade the Sundered, so it's more likely to be able to kill something and get our energy back. All right, what's the elite? Okay, the Entomancer. So whenever it's hit, we get a dazed, and it's hitting us for. Right, but okay, so now we do our rolling boulder thing again, right? So we'll slowly scale up and eventually win, and hopefully we don't take too much damage on the way. So we probably want to play the Ice Lance before the zap so we can evoke one of the frost orbs and gain the block from that, right? So now we have a free turn. Maybe we just play the Sunder, get some damage through. We can play the Lightning Rod to gain lightning next turn, although that would use up our double block. We could play the Cool-Headed just to see if we can, or we just strike just to. Well, maybe we want to channel lightning at the next. How are we doing next turn? The next turn we'll do 15, and then. But we might not be able to kill this next turn, so maybe we want to save our Pale's Legion and block next turn with the leap. If we draw it. Yeah, so we're taking 28. Oh well, unfortunately we didn't draw the leap, so we just have to. Well, can we win this turn? 9, 12. Well, unless we use all of our potions and then with the reptile trinket, so we probably don't want to do that, right? Well, maybe we just invoke 12. Do we want to take that much damage? Maybe we use a block potion. Okay. And we'll get it next turn. Oh no, wait. We got in this turn? What was that? Was that just... I must have miscalculated something. Did we have the hailstorm out, or... No? Okay, well, we did more damage than I was expecting. We don't know our own strength. Okay, refract... Oh, okay, so another thing that can channel glass orbs. First time you play a 0 attack each turn, return it to your hand. Hologram, well, maybe we take the hologram. Or do we... yeah. Okay, so now we can do shop and then the camp and then the shop, or just go straight for this shop and then go for this, or this camp and then this shop. Hit the elite after. Maybe we can... Maybe we go this way or this way. Get the later shop so we'll have more gold. So will we... yeah, so let's... Maybe we want to try to upgrade here, fight this, fight this, and then hopefully we can rest here and have enough health for the boss. Pay 8. Okay, so if we can do our divining event. Okay, so we'll have less gold for the shop, but... So I wonder if we can get bad things from this too. So far we've only got good things in our previous run. We got a rare. So we got good things only. So that seemed pretty strong. So which of these potions do we not want to have? Oh, we probably should have used the Thorns potion on the Entomancer because it tends to have multi-damage attacks, right? So maybe we can... What is... Oh yeah, it's a Knowledge Demon. So, well, maybe we replace it with the Shackling potion, add a card to our deck. Another Momentum Strike, another Cool-Headed. What's the other card? Oh, we can gain an orb slot. So, okay, more orb slots, that sounds good. So, right now, do we want another Cool-Headed? Okay, so, for those if anyone's watching, don't report me to the Spire police here. I'm going to skip the claw, right? Yeah. I'm breaking the law here, but it's okay. So now, Mercury Hourglass. Some consistent damage over time, but not very much, I guess, at this point. But still nice to have. What do we upgrade? Okay, so we can more card draw. More damage, more card draw. We can lower the cost of the creative AI. Lower the cost of double energy. So maybe we lower the cost of the creative AI. I don't know. We've got a Louse Progenitor. See, a lot of normal encounters have very big mobs in this game, it looks like. Okay, so we're not taking damage due to our anchor. So let's just start attacking, I guess. Let's see what card we draw. Okay, so maybe we just zap Sunder. So now do we want to set up our Rolling Boulder and Hailstorm? I guess we had double energy, that sort of helps set up, right? Oh, maybe we should have seen what card we drew first. Okay, well, no harm, no foul. Let's see if we can block. We can use the Lightning Rod, or we can use Ice Lance. The Ice Lance would evoke 2 Frost Orbs, so that wouldn't be enough block, right? So maybe we just want to block with... Oh yeah, here's where the where the double block from, Pale's Legion and Leap comes in handy. I can channel Lightning Orbs for the next couple of turns. So yep, we seem to be doing pretty well here in terms of avoiding damage. We can't play the creative AI in full block, but this will be dead soon from so much passive damage that we're doing. Right. Although, yeah, I'm acting like I just killed an elite, right? But it was just a very big normal encounter mob. Fish oil. Do we want the strength or dexterity? Or do we get a fire potion? Maybe we just keep the dexterity since most of our damage is from orbs, I guess. And do we get rid of the fire potion, or? Well, fire potion might be. Oh, well, let's just do this. Okay. Meteor Strike, but we would have trouble playing it consistently, right? Even with the Happy Flower and Lantern. Yeah, so maybe not. Do we get the Lightning Orb just to have some Lightning Orb generation, or, well, we already have enough damage, right? Let's just continue the way we have been. Shop. Okay, so enchant up to 3 attacks with sharp 3. Oh, so 3 cards to increase their damage by 3. Wow. But we don't have any cards that give multiple attacks, right? To make the optimal use of that. And then, well, we kind of want to deal damage with our powers and orbs, I guess. We already have Thunder in our deck. Because right now it looks like we just, we're relying on just blocking with our big block cards and then setting up powers to do damage passively. So maybe we can take the Equilibrium. That's also good with Pale's Legion, and we remove a strike from our deck. Removing strikes has always been good on Defect, right? Especially when we have a deck like this, I think. Okay, so now, do we want to do the normal fight before the elite, or elite then normal fight? Well, is it more likely that the relic will help us with the normal fight, and save health, or is it more likely that the card will help us with the elite and save some health? Maybe let's do the elite. Okay, so now we can got a lot of incoming damage, but we do have the anchor. We have leap, so we could save the double energy and just leap Ice Lance, right? 14, 24. Yeah. Okay. Oh, do we want to use a potion? Well, maybe we don't need to. Maybe we try to save our potions. Although we've wasted a lot of potions by not using the potions and then discarding them when we get excess. Oh, okay. So the damage I did before that, I wasn't sure where it came from. It was from the parrying shield, because we're getting a lot of block each turn. We're doing 6 to a random enemy. So yeah, that does seem to be helping us. Okay, so now we can kill this one, right? Even if it does revive in a couple turns, we're at least preventing the damage from coming through. So how do we want to do that? Momentum strike and strike. We wouldn't be able to play the creative AI if we did that. We could just use a fire potion, or we could play cool-headed. I guess we would still have a chance of killing it if we only attacked it once, right? Because if we get enough block from our parrying shield. Well, what's the order? Do the frost orbs trigger first, or does the parrying shield trigger first? That might be something to look into. I guess let's see what card we draw. Cold Snap. Okay, so we can evoke again. And do the momentum strike, so we're gaining block from orbs, right? And then we trigger our parrying shield to do some passive damage. So now we still have our double block. We have our double block back, right? So just keep scaling out. Oh, Thunder? Oh, we can't actually finish it off with unless we play the strike first. But yeah, let's do that. And then, well, we can just play cool-headed, save our double block, right? And then Yeah, just this will regrow, I guess, but whatever. Oh, Mercury Hourglass is helping us more with passive damage, right? So basically, we have a lot of passive damage this run, and we just need to stay alive, to not die, and then eventually we'll just win, without really doing much of anything else if we just keep ourselves alive. 1424. So let's 4620. Let's play the defend instead of Holocron just to save one more health. Then we've got more passive damage coming through, and eventually we have so much passive damage that we just we won in the end without really doing much. So how do I want to play this? So if we momentum strike and strike, we can get rid of this. We can just or we can just momentum strike, equilibrium. That's already enough block, right? Just kind of be slower. So slow and steady wins the race, right? Good. Well, this potion's maybe we'll just keep the potions we have. We wasted a potion again by not using our potions, but we didn't really lose health because of that either, so okay, gain more plating, so something else to help with our block at the start of the turn. Glacier, more block and frost orbs, yeah. So basically we're just, blocking and doing damage passively with our powers and artifacts, and then eventually we win. So do we play the... Well, we don't need to play the double energy, right? Because we've already got enough energy. Oh, not anymore. So maybe we do want to play this, and then... do we want the lightning orb evoked first? Or oh no, this evokes the lightning orbs next turn, so yeah. So I guess we could just... Well, we might as well play the strike, right? And then... This just doesn't really help much. We could play it anyways. Alright, so now we have... So if we could just play the rolling boulder just in case, and just... Maybe we won't be able to kill this, right? If, that's not... Or do we want to kill it and prevent the damage, and then, hopefully we don't end up needing the rolling boulder damage. Our deck looks pretty good, right? So maybe we just not play the rolling boulder and just hope we don't need it to kind of deal with this tunneler. Okay, so what do we need to break the block? 10, 19, this will be 25. We need 4 more damage. We do have 4 more damage from the parrying shield yeah, because we'll evoke this, so yeah. Oh, we've also got hailstorm damage too, the capacitor. Okay, so we'll be able to break the block, stun the tunneler. Then we can evoke orbs, evoke orb. Oh. And then, okay, we can just block with our double block from the Pale's Legion. Okay, so more power scaling. See, we're just taking it slow and continuing to scale up, and eventually we'll win. Yeah. Do we want another hailstorm, or a little more passive damage? So one thing about the defect is with these powers, is there anything like the awakened one from Slay the Spire 1 that punishes you for playing a lot of powers, or is that not a thing anymore and we just want to take a lot of powers? But right now it seems like do we want more passive damage at the cost of taking a little, having another card in our deck we have to draw through to set up, or do we not need that? So we already have passive damage from Parrying Shield, Hailstorm, right? And the Mercury Hourglass. Well, yeah, so maybe we don't take this and just, keep doing what we've been doing. We don't even really need... Well, we're confident enough in the way things have been going to just do an upgrade instead of resting. So more card draw, or more Hailstorm damage, or more energy. So maybe let's take our card draw on the modded. The Knowledge Demon would give us a debuff to make us take damage or draw one less card at the start of a turn, right? So let's see, 2, 3. Will we need the double energy later, or do we just get rid of it? I guess we just start setting up. So I guess we take 6 damage at the end of each turn and just hope we can block it. Because we do have a kind of a deck that scales pretty well. So if we play this, what bad things could happen? Well, we probably want to block, right? So maybe we just play the Ice Lance to evoke Frost Orbs. And this. Okay, so now we want to get our scaling going. We do have the double block from the Pale's Legion back, so we can... I really like this Pale's Legion relic. That's been doing good work for us in this run and previous runs, right? So that gives us the front-loaded block we need to set up our powers without just getting completely killed by the attacks. Okay, so just play more powers every turn from the creative AI. Just keep doing our blocking and eventually we'll win. Oh. Maybe I should have checked which card I drew first before. I retain it anyways, right? So, okay, that's fine. So we want to... Do we want to... Oh, okay, so now we do play our double energy. Hailstorm. Creative AI. Do we want to play Zap to do some damage? Or... Sure. Just start doing some damage. Evoke orbs. And hopefully we start drawing some, good powers that... Maybe we do this, and hopefully we just draw useful powers that, we don't need to play that many cards per turn. So what do we play? Maybe we just keep scaling. So we'll take some damage this turn, but hopefully we still we'll manage to draw some sort of power from the creative AIs that'll let us, get out of this. Okay, so what do we do about this? What block do we want doubled? I guess leap. Don't want to retain our hand, right? Oh, we can start getting the rolling boulder going. So we can only play 3 cards a turn, right? So we're already gaining 2 energy every time we play a card, yeah. So what do we want to do now? I guess we can just block more. How much are we going to take this turn? Not too much, right? Well, I guess we can just full block. Oh, okay, Echo Form. There's some scaling for you. Thunder. And so now we want to block as much as we can since we're, just to play it safe. Make a Frost Orb. Oh wait, the Echo Form doesn't really help because we can only play 3 cards a turn, right? So the Echo Form is kind of a bit more limited use when we take that for the second debuff. Because right now yeah. Okay, well maybe we just wait for our our rolling boulder to eventually kill this, and hopefully we don't die before then, right? From the boss scaling up. But oh, maybe we should have played the Sunder first just to get more damage through. That's okay. Yeah, because now the Echo Form is making us play our first card twice, and that takes up 2 of the 3 cards we can play with Sloth. Okay, so we've got plenty of energy, right? So we're gaining energy every time we play powers also that we're... Okay, but now let's just keep stalling. We double glaciered because of Echo Form, right? And then the rolling boulder is continuing to scale up. We're continuing to do damage with Thunder. We're continuing to deal damage with Mercury Hourglass. Yeah. And so now we well, maybe that energy thing, was kind of not good. It would have been nice to play this Ice Lance twice, right? But okay. What do we want to do? We are taking a lot of damage here, right? We could use our Shackling Potion if we really, need to, but I think we'll probably still be okay, right? Let's gain some block. Evoke another orb while doing some damage. Yep, so we do have a lot of Frost Orbs that are helping us, and this is going to debuff us even more. So we will win the next turn, right? We have enough passive damage coming through. Yeah, so it would have been nice to Sunder it twice here. So maybe it wasn't such a good idea to take the Waste Away debuff from the Knowledge Demon, but we should be okay because we've got our Rolling Boulder and then all of our passive damage, going through. So I guess we double Coolant, gain some energy, and then we can only play 1 more card, right? Do the Sloth. Okay, yeah. Stupid Knowledge Demon. Maybe we shouldn't have taken the Sloth also, because we would have been able to play a lot of cards per turn, and maybe we just blocked the extra standard damage we took per turn instead of taking the Sloth. But okay, well, we got through that. Oh, there's some more, passive orb generation, passive output, right? Glass. We do have the ability to evoke the orbs very quickly, so we can do a lot of damage before the glass orbs start becoming, weak. This will take, so similar to... So it does something based on the lightning already channeled this combat, similar to Thunderstrike did in the original Slay the Spire, although Thunderstrike cost 3, right? And it did a certain amount of damage based on the lightning. Okay, Spinner, that sounds good, considering, what we've got going here. Okay, the Doormaker. This is a boss that killed us before on the Regent, right? So maybe we'll actually be able to see what the Doormaker actually does once it, escapes, or if we don't die to him. Meat Cleaver. You may cook at rest sites. Remove 2 cards from your deck and gain 90 max HP. Wow, that would help us remove the strikes from our deck, right? Well, we've already only got 2 strikes left. Okay, we can remove defense. Okay, that seems pretty strong. Iron Club. Every 4 cards, draw a card. At the end of your turn, add a random attack into your hand. At the start of your turn, add a random attack. It costs 0. So this will give us a lot of output, but then it also clogs up our deck a little bit, right? But maybe that's fine because fights in the Slay the Spire tend to be pretty short. So going through your deck cycle once is already your deck once is already enough to win a lot of fights, right? So maybe we take this. Okay, so now we can go for Elite or a camp. Go for... There's another camp here, right? There's a camp here. There's also an Elite here, so maybe do we want to go for a camp or an Elite? We do have 236 gold, maybe the shop would help us, and then we go for the Elite. And then depending on how we feel after the elite, we decide to go for the second elite or the camp. Well, let's do that. This is the Devoted Sculptor, which is like a super cultist. It gains 9 ritual. So we want to kill it pretty fast before it starts, damaging us too much. So we got this for our free attack from the crossbow. Go for the eyes. Well, that didn't really help much. So is this fight long enough that we want to play the Rolling Boulder, or do we just play the Sunder? So right now we don't have any Frost Orbs, but eventually we probably will, right? So now maybe we just start doing our skilling stuff. Okay, so now we... Oh, free claw. So far we've only gotten a couple of zero-cost cards for free at the start of this turn. There's some cards that were already zero-cost to begin with. But maybe in the subsequent turns we'll start getting luckier, right? Okay, do we want to play the Spinner, or do we want to play the Ice Lance? Well, maybe let's just make sure we can do a lot of damage to end this fight quickly, right? Get some more passive output. Okay, Shatter. Deal 11 damage to all enemies, evoke all your orbs. Oh, wow. Okay. Well, we do have a lot of orbs. Double energy. Start making some more orbs, right? And then we have our double block from the Legion. Get some damage in. I probably should have checked to see what we were drawing first. Yeah, maybe I should have considered what I could do with hologram, but okay. But we do get out of the fight without taking too much damage. More card draw. Gain 2 focus for each unique orb you have. Well, we do have a lot of different kinds of orbs. That might be good. So frost, lightning, glass. So we can gain 6 focus in the turn for... Oh, we could try it. Maybe it wouldn't be that good, especially if we don't always have the glass orbs. But, we'll see. FTL, so this is kind of like a free card draw. With the crossbow. Okay. And we don't want to take a lot of damage from these, otherwise we'll be losing our max HP, right? Do we see what we draw with Cool-Headed, or do we use up our double block this turn? Maybe Cool-Headed can help us. Okay, get some more damage through. Maybe we should have just played the creative AI. But the Mercury Hourglass is helping us, the Parrying Shield is helping us, so we will eventually... Oh, okay, Sunder. This is helping us quite a bit here. And then we got a free Sunder from the crossbow, so okay, this did come in handy. This is an unupgraded Sunder, so it deals 24, we do have to be aware of that. So we do need to play an attack first, right, to bring it to the Sunder range. Then we can play our Hailstorm, play our Ice Lance, yep. So, wait, why are we back at full HP? Did we gain health somehow, or lose? Oh, we've been adding cards to our deck, so we've been healing. Yeah, I haven't been paying too much attention to the Book of Five Rings. That's probably been relevant. And okay, Tempest. We don't generate that much energy though on a consistent basis. So do we want to spend a card draw just to get a 0-cost orb? Maybe we don't, right? Yeah. Or do we want to take a leap to have another block card? I mean, we have Glacier, we have Equilibrium, we have the upgraded leap. Maybe we just skip this. Wait, what's the potion? Attack potion. Is that better than the fire potion? Well, we've got an Owl Magistrate. All for 1, so this will return 0, but okay, so it's just 10 damage basically. So this crossbow is, you know, giving us output. And, you know, depending on how lucky we get in a given turn, you know, it could... Do we want to use up our Pale's Legion charge just to prevent 4 damage? Yeah, maybe we can. We can keep the leap in our hand for next turn. 4 times 6. So now, how do we want to manage this? Play the claw we got for free from the crossbow. We could play our shackling potion if we really wanted to. We could generate 3 frost orbs. Maybe we just block, gain delayed lightning orbs. Maybe we do want to play. We do have creative AI also the subroutine. Like, we take a little bit of damage, but you know, not a lot. Oh no, we don't take damage. Oh yeah, we do have a little bit of plating, so that's helping us a bit. Okay. Now we just play some more powers. So we all just passively, you know, do a lot of stuff to... Do we just play the rolling boulder, or... We could play the all for one, get the claw back. We get the momentum strike back. Maybe we just do that. Evoke another orb. Yeah, so as long as we can just keep blocking and then not take damage, we'll just eventually win. Okay, we can go for the eyes from the crossbow. That's sort of helping us here. Play the glacier. So 16, we're down to 1 plating, so we probably do want to just block, and eventually we'll... And we are getting block from the coolant also, 4 block per turn. We don't have a glass orb now, but that's about to change. Let's see, so we can... Oh, we can do this thing to gain the focus this turn. We don't have a glass orb yet, but... Okay, we've got our free attack. This crossbow does seem to be helping us quite a bit. And now, right now we do have a lot of focus. We don't need to evoke this orb to full block this. Yeah, now, oh, okay, so we can, yeah, we got a claw back, evoke all our orbs. That would give us a lot of block and evoke the lightning glass. Maybe we draw cards first to see if we... The first time you play a 0 attack each turn, return it to your hand. But okay, the shatter wouldn't do anything until we play another orb, right? But how much does this evoke for? 8, so this will be 16 damage. But yeah, we might as well just do this. Or yeah, okay, so we got Potion of Binding. Weaken vulnerable to all enemies. Maybe we need to replace a fire potion. Maybe we just keep it, I don't know. So now another block, we probably don't need the... Well, this would give us a random orb, which would have a chance of giving us a dark orb, which might help the synchronize, but yeah, maybe it's not reliable. Okay, is there anything we want to duplicate? Anything we want to... Oh, okay, focus. We do need focus. That's one thing we've really been missing from our deck, so if we can, yeah, grab that. Let's see. Oh, we can gain block, and maybe that would help with the synchronize, although this is the only thing... Oh, besides the coolant, I guess. So we have that and coolant, which would... Maybe would have some benefits from having multiple kinds of orbs. No, we don't actually have a coolant in our deck. We've been getting that from creative AI, so no, maybe not. Okay, so maybe we just remove a strike, just to keep our deck kind of consistent, you know, lean. Yeah. Elite. This is the Soul Nexus. I don't remember exactly what this did. I guess we'll find out. Play a random attack from a draw pile. Okay, so what do we see? This crossbow does seem to be helping us quite a bit. I do kind of like this bonus. Okay, so do that. Let's see what we draw first. Okay, Hailstorm. Well, we can just play the Glacier for now. Let's see what this Soul Nexus is up to in the subsequent turns. It's going to debuff me somehow. We got a Claw from the crossbow. That's not one of the better rolls from the crossbow, but you know, you win some, you lose some. Energy, I guess. Maybe we just play the rolling. No, we can evoke the Frost Orb so we can block a bit, right? Or maybe we didn't need to play the double energy there. Whoops. That didn't really help us. Oh, so this thing just hits very hard, and after putting vulnerable and weak on us, we do have our double block this turn. What can we block with? We've got our 24, yeah. Play a random attack from our draw pile. Well, okay, we'll get an orb from that, right? So that'll evoke this Frost Orb, but we probably will need this 24 block, you know, thanks to the Pale Legion. So let's, yeah, Cold Snap, Orb, okay. Oh, maybe we should have considered what we were going to do with Hologram before doing anything also. Although right now we're not taking too much damage, but... Do we just want to... Let's see. Maybe we just want to... Well, what if we were to draw the creative AI? We wouldn't be able to play it, right? But maybe one of these other things would... Oh. Okay, synchronize. So we'll be blocking for a lot this turn. So our debuff is one more turn on that. So I guess we keep doing our scaling things. Spinner, defragment. Do we want to play the creative AI? Maybe we don't. We probably just want to block as much as we can. We could use the shackling potion if we really need to. 19, 25. So do we want to use the shackling potion to save 11 health, or? Right now we still have full health though. Maybe we're okay, right? And yeah, well, let's just take a little bit of damage. Oh. Okay, so yeah, we did take some damage there. Alright, but now we've got a lot of, you know, good things going for us. We have our double block again. So we just start playing our cards. What can we do with... Okay, so if the ball lightning is free this turn due to the crossbow, if we hologram it, we could get it back too, or that would be another option. But I don't know, right now we play this first just to get the Pale Legion bonus. We could... Yeah. Yeah, we could try to kill it fast, right? Oh no, it just... Okay. So once it goes in your discard, it no longer costs 0 this turn? So it only costs 0 this turn until it goes in your discard pile. Okay, well, that's good to know. Something that's a future reference for next time, I guess. Okay, so, but yeah, let's just try to kill this thing soon. So this thing just puts the debuffs on you and hits really hard. That's pretty much all it does, right? But yeah, okay. Stonecracker. At the start of boss combats, upgrade 3 cards at random for the rest of combat. Okay, that'll help on the boss. Maybe we take the buffer, do some more defense, or more temporary focus, sort of like the synchronize. But yeah, no, maybe we take the buffer. Just have some more block insurance. Royal Poison. Oh no, we don't want to take this. Yeah, that no. Okay, well, let's gain a random relic, lose 11 HP. What do we get? Okay, Blood Vial. That'll get some of the HP back. So right now we probably want to upgrade the buffer and then the defragment, right? So I don't know. Do we need to take this elite fight, or well, we do want upgrades, right? Yeah, let's go this way. Oh, okay, more healing. So maybe I don't know. Maybe we could have just taken the elite, get another relic. But yeah, we do need to upgrade our defragment and buffer. Both of those things would probably help quite a bit. So we are prioritizing upgrades instead of elites, I guess. Okay, so we can get our scaling going. This thing will give us status cards, but we got our free Sunder from their crossbow. That's nice. And then we just proceed to just keep blocking until we win, right? We got another creative AI, but we probably want to just... Well, we didn't get a good block card, but doubled, you know, it'll do. Well, we can see what we draw with this first, too. Oh, we got the buffer, but that doesn't help much against this 4x4. Okay, let's just generate a Frost Orb. And we still have the plating, so, you know, we're still good in blocking this turn. Yeah, we can gain more focus for our Frost Orbs to give us more block. Do we want to evoke all of our orbs? Maybe we don't want to do that, you know, so they can help us block the next turn. Oh, I should have played this Storm first. Okay, that was a pretty big mistake. I could have done some more damage on this. It's okay. Well, we've set up so well that, you know, we're so well set up with so many powers that, you know, we can play a random card. What do we get? We can play a free Sunder. Yeah. Thanks to our crossbow. We got a double block from our Pale's Legion. Yeah, so we've got all this damage that basically plays itself, and all we have to do is just block. So we can get our Frost Orb in play before we play the Synchronize. Oh no, we can't because we don't have enough energy. But, you know, we've got so much focus now that... You know. So we dealt with that pretty well. Okay, do we want to take this? This costs 2, though, to set up. And this will basically just give us more dexterity for our block cards. And it'll lose an orb slot, but we are gaining an orb slot from modded. But maybe we don't need this. Do we want card draw? Doesn't feel like we need much card draw. We have a lot of way of generating cards from creative AI. And I mean, throughout the course of the run, I haven't felt like we've lacked cards in our hands to play with the energy we have, right? So maybe not. This Uproar is nice when we get a free Uproar from crossbow, but I don't know if we like it at 2 cost. So now, well, we're gaining a Pantograph heal from the boss, right? So I think it's okay if we can just upgrade cards. We're not that worried about the healing, right? Oh, so this will get us 1 more class to start with. But yeah, we like our upgraded buffer. We're just going... Just able to block a lot. Now, oh, okay, so yeah, this is pretty good. Yeah, this crossbow, I'm really liking it. Then, so... Right now, we are full blocking because we have the plated armor, so we could just do 32 damage instead of, you know, this. Yeah, and so the crossbow attack costs 0 until it goes into your discard, so we can't just hologram and, you know, play it for free. So I guess we just Sunder because we're full blocking anyways. What is this? Deal 20. Oh, okay, so we can play a free power thanks to this free, yeah, attack. Yeah, I really like this crossbow. That seems to be helping us quite a bit. And then, yeah, so basically our strategy is just a lot of random stuff is doing damage for us, right? And we're just blocking, you know, until that happens. Get some status cards. So now we could gain 6 temporary focus if we channel this orb and then play the Synchronize, right? And, well, we can use the free compile driver to draw more cards because we have 3 different orbs. Before drawing 3 cards, so we do need to play another card so that we don't overfill, you know, because the maximum hand size limit is 10, so to get the full benefit of that. We're already full blocking the burns, so we don't need to worry about that. We can play buffer for insurance, or we can play Synchronize to do a little more damage this turn. But maybe let's just keep playing it safe, and then, you know, We just keep blocking until we win. And here, if we can't block, we do have the buffer to prevent this damage, so... But let's see what we draw. We do have double block. Maybe we can draw a big block card to block this. And then not use a buffer charge. Okay, we can gain a focus this turn. Yeah. So, do we want to... Well, maybe we just let it take a buffer stack so we can play Creative AI. Do we play Lightning Rod? No, we can play Get a Frost Orb also. Well, let's see what we draw first. Yeah, so let's just play Creative AI, let this big attack, you know, just get soaked by buffer. So yeah, we're dealing damage for it because we keep evoking orbs when we channel glass. We've got our Mercury Hourglass, we've got our parrying shields. So just a lot of random stuff that's helping us do damage. Okay, we got Storm. Channel Lightning whenever we play a power that we generate from Creative AI. So we can dual cast this one before evoking another orb. Let's see what we draw from Sweeping Beam first. Okay, it's a burn. That doesn't help. I do believe the Frost Orb happens before the burn, so we don't actually have to worry about that. So we just keep scaling up. So as long as we just, you know, are able to keep blocking, we'll eventually win. So let's see. We play the double energy. What's okay? The next power cost. And what? Oh, we didn't get our free attack because our hand is full, so we couldn't. So we couldn't get the free attack at the start of our turn. How was our hand full? Did we draw cards at the start of the turn somehow, or what just happened there? Why did we draw so many cards that we didn't get the free attack from crossbow? So the free attack got put in the discard pile, right? Because our hand was full. We drew an extra card somewhere. Oh, because Creative AI. So Creative AI generates the power, then we got our start of turn draw, and then because we had the burns, our hand was full, and then the crossbow put the free attack in. Okay, so this guy, he doesn't like our crossbow, so yeah. Okay, that's what happened. No problem. Okay, we can use this as card draw, I guess, right? Oh, we've got this going. So we've got so much output now that, yeah. Okay. Okay, permafrost. So that'll help us block at the start of combat while we get set up also. Another Ice Lance, another Cool-Headed, Gunk Up. We probably don't need any of these. Well, right now we're already feeling pretty confident on the Doormaker with how things are going. So let's just take this event, you know, just to see. Okay, we can increase attack damage, increase block, gain more card draw. Oh, okay, let's make something block for more. Maybe the Glacier, just to be as defensive as possible. Yeah. Okay. And we will get the free heal from Pantograph, so we can just go into the boss with full HP, even if we do an upgrade this turn, right? This Rolling Boulder hasn't been particularly impressive this run, but you know, it did help on a couple of fights, but overall I wouldn't say that it's been great. Maybe we just get some more blocks, so you know, just to make sure we just keep blocking. Alright, so now we can use our dexterity potion so we can, you know, have a better time blocking. Okay, so this is 25 damage, so we probably don't want to have that soak a buffer, you know, stack, right? So we probably just do want to block it normally with the Glacier. We got our Momentum Strike from the crossbow. Yeah, we got some power set up. Yep. So this was okay. Yeah. So let's see what's the free attack we could get. Frost Orb. We could get Momentum. We could get Ice Lance or Sunder. That would be nice. Okay, so getting this from the crossbow for free is really good because it normally costs 2. You know, you can play a card from your deck and not have to draw it. You know, so it even sort of draws you a card, right? Oh, we did get Sunder. Okay. Of course, this isn't the main form of the boss, right? Like, something will happen after it, you know, goes away. So we're taking a lot of damage if we don't block. So we're not getting the double block, but we do have the dexterity from a potion, I guess. Okay. Then we want to use this before we evoke our lightning orb, right? So we have the focus. We do that. So the defense got upgraded by the stone cracker, I guess, and that's why they're upgraded. All right. Well, we can use them to block, I guess. 18. Yeah, we have the plating, so we can save our buffer stack if we just do that. Okay. Oh, maybe we get our rolling boulder down, or do we get our spinner? Well, we probably do want to block so that we don't lose the buffer stack, right? So I guess we can just evoke all our orbs. Yeah, I guess we just do that and not play the rolling boulder. Okay, get some more orb slots to help with our scaling. Oh, this would have been nice to have when we had the rolling boulder in our hand, right? But, whoa, wait, we have a hologram. Let's do that. Okay. Yeah, thanks to the crossbow, we can play our rolling boulder for free. And then this door maker, maybe we'll actually see what it does this time instead of just dying to it. Or equilibrium, just to save these cards, because why not? So, but this time we have a much better deck in terms of being able to handle what this thing is throwing at us. We don't. Well, we do have the double block this turn, but we don't have a good block card. Okay, but okay. Although even if we do take damage, you'll get soaked by the buffer. But I guess we play the defragment. We play the free ball lightning and get one of the glass orbs. Ice Lance to get 3 frost orbs in play, I guess, or. But that would still make us lose the buffer stack, right? Do we just want to get creative AI to start scaling, get more powers? Maybe we just do that. We lose a buffer stack, but maybe it's okay. And we'll just set up the momentum strike. Okay, so now this is what we didn't find out on our failed Regent run, right? Because this enemy will escape. What happens after this Doormaker escapes? Like, it's a boss. What is it doing escaping? I guess we're about to find out. So let's gain... Okay, we need to gain a lot of block to avoid losing a buffer stack, right, if we can. So we can do that with Equilibrium, right? And then playing a defend after. Guess we do that. If we have to. Equilibrium, refract. So we will lose the buffer stack if we don't play the defend, right? So I guess we'll do that. It would have been nice to have the synchronize, but... So it's escaping, right? Oh, so it turns back into the door. So basically you alternate between the door and the door maker until the door maker is dead. I see. So now, okay, we want to... Whoa. Thank you, crossbow. That helps us quite a bit. So now we can evoke these plasma orbs, right, and then start... Get some more energy. We probably do want to at least, play the synchronized. Well, maybe we should have optimized that to, see if we could have had 4 different orbs on the field, but it's okay. We're right now in such a good shape, in such good shape now because, yeah, we've got after getting a free meteor strike from the crossbow. Yeah, so I'll definitely be keeping an eye on the crossbow in future runs. That seems very strong. Hey, it's Hyper Beam, but we probably don't want to play this because we want to keep our focus. I'm sure Reddit will like this. All right, so let's just keep doing our thing. More power. And then, okay, so we evoked our plasma orb. We don't have that anymore. So do we, well, we probably want to save our double block, right? So we can just do some damage this turn. And then it'll attack us a bit and then turn back into the door, right? And then our rolling boulder still keeps getting bigger, right? So this is actually a kind of long fight where maybe it actually starts, being good. So we've got double block, so we can play the, I guess we just play upgraded equilibrium. And then we just keep getting a lot of random powers and then just doing random stuff every turn. And by random, I mean it's just like a lot of pieces, like disjointed pieces, not like RNG, but yeah. Now, well, we do have a buffer stack, though. But we can get another buffer stack, we just laugh at the boss. Then, I guess we just synchronize. We lost another buffer stack, but that's okay. This door is probably not much of a threat. We can play the Echo Form, and then we can lose our buffer stack, but that's probably not a big deal at this point. And then, we're still getting cards every turn with crossbow. Now we're at the point where these cards are starting to clog up our deck, but it's been long enough that we've kind of scaled up our boulder and our other random powers that we're about to win, right? Yep, so we won. That was a pretty smooth run with the Defect, although, as expected, we did we were on more solid footing with the Defect, having, played a lot of the Slay the Spire 1 Defect, which is, similar in a lot of the cards at least, right? So, but yeah, so next time, I guess, well, we probably want to start climbing the Ascensions, with the Ironclad, now that we've gone through the lowest difficulty with every class. Then the Architect, maybe we'll figure out what the real boss is, if there is a real boss like there is in the original Slay the Spire, right? Is it the Architect? Is it, the Heart? So is there not music on the boss because it's early access, or, because there's normally... Yeah, it's not like I had music turned off, right? So maybe that's an early access thing. Or maybe it's just I just have it turned down too much to really be. I have the volume turned down too much to hear it. I don't know. But yeah, so let's see what we've unlocked. Well, I guess we'll just click them in no particular order. Okay, more potions. Oh wow, that seems pretty strong. So these are probably like rare potions, right? These are these potions. Okay, probably like rare potions. Blight gone, white gone. Safe to enter. Oribus enters. Okay, so more options like for the buffs at the start of the second act. So yeah, you can get Vaku, you can get Pale, right? So we like Pale so far because, you know, getting that double block relic, that seems, you know, the one that doubles your block, you know, and then it cools down for the next couple turns, and then you can get a double block again. Yeah. Defect relics. Oh, okay, Metronome's was a new one. That wasn't in Slay the Spire one. Defect and Flaw fast became friends. Okay, the Defect potions, like, you know, like from Slay the Spire. Okay, Loop. Null, that's a new one. So we have a way of applying Weak and channeling Dark. Okay, a new Dark Power. End of turn, evoke your leftmost orb. It evokes it, so it gets rid of it. So you need to plan for that, I guess, and have a way of replacing it, or, you know, evoking it at the right time to. Oh, okay, we unlocked the daily. We're probably not going to do that much. Okay, so next time, yeah, we will go into Ascension 1 with the Ironclad. Okay. Well, until next time.